Oh, really? Oh, wow. Oh, really? 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 I legit am the only one here right now, and after I saw this, like for 30 straight minutes, I just started going, really? Oh, really? Like, it was annoying Smudge even. Smudge, are you okay? Smudge, I'm sorry that I said really repetitively. Smudge, say hi to the camera. Hi there, Smudgy. I mean, I was talking about what was happening in the clip that was claimed. I guess I just, I was talking about some other stuff for a few seconds. I was playing stuff there. Just screw you. YouTube, like every time that you do something, it always screws the system up. You try to do that Google Plus thing, the site shut down for 2 years, you try to change the layout, maybe people like it, but like, okay, I know why you can't let certain people who like it keep the old one, because space and all that, but come on, man. I still don't quite get it though. Well, why can't you just let different layouts then? This would be different because you have to send out like 2 messages for each of the sites or something, because you have a lot of space for a lot of videos. I don't know. Point is, yeah, my Adventure in Space and Time review has been called for copyright. Who would have frickin' thought? This sucks though, because I got a good 6 likes off it and 100 views and all these very nice comments. Okay, 2 of which are from me. This guy's amazing. That's nice stuff. You can pause the video and read it if you want. Because, unfortunately, only I have access to these comments now. Whatever. Frick. I said frick. I'm gonna black out the clips I showed. Get up.
Oh, what?
You gotta film your Adventure in Space and Time review.
No.
Come on, dude. You got 2 weekends of the year left to film 3 videos. You gotta figure it out.
Did I film the Christmas special and then film the review after?
No, you can't break the schedule. No one must break the schedule. Look. Actually try and do it. Hey. You gotta do it, bud. You know you can push yourself.
Fine.
Alright, hey, what's up guys? Probably my favorite YouTuber here. And is this my cherry soda that I got at Wendy's yesterday? Huh. Guys, welcome to my review of... I forgot the DVD. Crap! Future self. Future self. Up. Come on, future self.
What? I did my job. I'm going to make the review. What?
Turns out, I don't have the DVD.
You got it on iTunes, bud.
Oh. Yeah. What's up guys, it's probably not my favorite YouTuber here, and welcome to my review of Doctor Who and Adventure in Space and Time. My first review downstairs since... Crusades? Yeah, the Crusades. It's time to eat my school lunch that I didn't bother to eat at school because, like there's always a chance that I'm going to be trapped in the desert or something on the way home. I was on a Rice Krispie square, but I kind of ate that. Anyway, okay, what am I talking about? Okay, it's time to get onto the iTunes, because screw the Science Unit 3 test. Because, it's about cells and human systems and, stuff that I'm going to actually use in my everyday life in the future. Onto an Adventure in Space and Time. This was not made back in the 60s. This was made in 2013. This was made to celebrate the 50th anniversary special. It's kind of a documentary about the First Doctor era. It's not a documentary. It's not like, like a couple clips and then cutting to people just talking about their time. It is like an actual movie. Like, you could show this to someone, and if they knew nothing about Doctor Who, they might just think that's a movie about the production of a random TV show that's not actually real. They might not even know that's based on a real TV show. What I do find odd, though, is that they tease, like, there's even a picture of these three people who are supposedly going to play the first, second, and third Doctor. In fact, at the time, no one really knew what an adventure in space and time was going to be. I remember looking on the Wikipedia page and seeing the cast constantly being updated, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder what's going to happen. But no, it's basically just a tribute to the entire first Doctor era. It's mainly based on this guy. This guy kind of appears at the bit at the end. This guy literally makes no appearance whatsoever. Like, seriously, I guess he got his fair share of cash maybe taking this picture, but I was kind of disappointed to find out that he wasn't even in the thing. Anyway, they're little, you can find little clips online of the of the regeneration and stuff, and you can find a clip of David Bradley saying this guy saying, like, Merry Christmas to all of you at home.
Merry Christmas to all of you at home.
That video was posted on November 22nd, almost a day before the 50th anniversary special. It wasn't in the actual documentary either, little tease. Well, I guess the documentary itself was released on November 21st, but, whatever. Let's begin it, shall we?
It is important to remember, however, that you can't rewrite history. Not one line.
Aztecs reference.
Except, perhaps, when you embark on an adventure in space and time.
Bit of a cheesy line there, but at least they tried. What the heck? What is this? This isn't the theme song. By the way, I hope that none of you guys have been complaining to my knowledge, but I hope that none of you guys think that me, like, nitpicking at this stuff, like, making fun of it, is actually me saying that it's bad. It's just me trying to have fun with this video with you guys. These videos of me reviewing them are really just kind of, you know, a chance of me watching it again, but with you guys. Anyway, I hope you guys understand that. Let's get on to the review. The documentary.
So look at the TARDIS, making you wonder, ooh, I wonder what's going to happen. And then David Bradley pulls up in his car and you have no idea what's happening and stuff. Even the first person to appear as a police officer like in an R3 child, you get it?
And then we catch the first Doctor making his appearance with the Cybermen. In fact, I didn't even get the beginning until the third time that I watched it. Because at first I was saying, like, I'm pretty sure they didn't have the Cybermen ready when they were making the first episode. But if you watch the movie and you understand it, then you should be like, I was little, I was young, I was stupid, okay? Don't think that I'm dumb. I know the quadratic equation. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2ac.
So then there's a giant flash, then we cut to the TARDIS, and it's going to cut back in time to, let's see what year. 1965? No, I told you this was a tribute to the first Doctor. Almost, there we go.
I'm sorry, I gotta mention how often they say the word bloody in this documentary.
So we start off with the boss of the BBC coming in with his nice little 60s car, and he gets greeted by his good old friend Harry. Oh my god, that's Ian! That's Ian!
Still, even though he is only on for less than half a minute and he only has 4 lines into the entire show, it is nice that he comes back.
I just gotta mention that this guy's literally smoking a cigarette in every single scene that he's in. Almost all of them. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 where he's not. I find it odd how Verity and Sydney, the producer and boss of the program, end up having this conversation over the phone, and then they almost immediately continue having it as soon as it's they're in the studio. Like, did they have the conversation once on the phone and then come back to the studio and have it again? I don't really get why all these people are looking at them weirdly, though. Like, seriously, like, what's so odd about what they're doing? They're just kind of walking there. Ooh, different change in accent.
Yeah. Yes, Smudge is on my lap. I don't want to shoo him off. Okay, anyway, I'm not sure if I want to really show much more because I don't want to get copyright, but, you know. I'm seriously not doing this just to brag that I have a cat on my lap. I'm just, you know, it's just I want to get this video filmed. But anyway, they do a really good job at making William Hartnell, David Bradley, playing William Hartnell, playing the first Doctor, Inception, making him seem like kind of a jerk. Also, David Bradley playing William Hartnell's granddaughter, like not his actual granddaughter, and not Susan either, not David Bradley's actual granddaughter or William Hartnell's actual granddaughter, but a girl playing William Hartnell's granddaughter, calls David Bradley playing William Hartnell Sampa for some reason. Why not Grandpa? I call my grandpa Grampy, so whatever.
Seriously, what's so weird about her just standing there walking to the building? Why are they staring at her like she's someone weird? Oh, it's because she's a woman. Okay, that makes more sense. Is that Peter Puppet? The guy who played Steven? Are they considering him to play the Doctor? Oh, but is that a picture of Peter Purvis playing Hugh David? No, it isn't. Never mind. And even if it was, then, you know, it's not really Peter Purvis playing it. It's a photograph of Peter Purvis playing it. I don't know. This is so complicated. This is like Inception, literally.
They're doing a pretty... He just left.
I'll see ya, bud.
They do a pretty good job at making it seem like the 60s, though. You know, women are being treated differently. Everyone smokes. People say bloody all the time. There's a scene when they're walking in the woods. William Hartnell, well, not William Hartnell, David Bradley playing William Hartnell. About William Hartnell, David Bradley playing William Hartnell, playing the first Doctor with his wife in the forest. And then he seems pretty interested. He's just like, uh-huh. It's like, you know, when the science teacher's trying to explain to you what liquid nitrogen is, and you're just sitting there like, uh-huh. And then all of a sudden she's like, and it's for kiddies. And William Hartnell, David Bradley playing William Hartnell's just like, it's pretty funny. And what are you doing?
What's it look like I'm doing? I'm drinking eggnog. It's not like this drink is around all year. You haven't even opened your chocolate for today in the advent calendar. Huh? Oh, you mean why haven't I left yet? Well, you didn't see me leave. Did you think that I left without you watching? I don't know, I decided that I would chill. It's almost Christmas. You got your Christmas tree up? You got the lights working, I see.
Then get back to your own time.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
Why did the subtitles say confused laugh? How do you define a confused laugh? What the heck is liquid lunch?
Impressed with everyone's acting here, but I'm especially impressed with whoever's playing Verity, William Hartnell, David Bradley, and this guy. The scene where he's just like, this is ridiculous, there's cavemen and doctors and police boxes and people going, ugh.
Is this PG-13?
I do try my absolute best to make all of my videos kid-friendly, but at my school I pretty much am known as the teenager who doesn't get all the teenage jokes. So if I do one day like review something that's definitely not for kids, or if I accidentally come across a joke or something in my video that's definitely not for kids, I might not even know. But if there's something in my videos that you don't understand, just ask your parents calmly and hopefully they'll understand.
Oh, just the time that theme song comes in, it's like I'm watching a different program all of a sudden.
I gotta admit though, they're doing a brilliant job of making it look like this show is doomed to fail. They make so many references to the actual making of this show. Like they were considering having William Hartnell, face in the title sequence, but they didn't because they thought it was too terrifying for children. They made the TARDIS sound effect by rubbing house keys on piano strings and then playing it backwards. They made the theme song by pointing a camera at its own monitor. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm not even sure if that's true, but I'm gonna take their word for it.
He's a doctor.
There's also when William Hartnell, or David Bradley playing William Hartnell, says bugger every time they fumble the line. Apparently that's a thing that William Hartnell said all the time when he was fumbling a line. So when he's reading his line, he says, Susan and I are cut off from our own people. Bugger, I messed up that line. I would have liked if he finished saying that huge paragraph and then he looked back at his script and he was like, it's planet bugger.
That's Mr. Grump becoming a chicken from the Captain Underpants movie, little cute smile.
The guy's supposed to be designing the TARDIS is taking forever, so eventually Verity's just like, sits down in front of me and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, being patient. I can be patient all I want. Oh, I'm so incredibly patient. You have no idea the amount of buckets of patience that I have. And then he just grabs a whole bunch of stuff and just punch holes of this thing with circle stickers. I don't even know why he punch holed them. Maybe because he was in a rush, because he didn't even punch hole all of them to make the TARDIS walls. It was supposed to be the TARDIS walls, you know, circles. But he just punched holed some of them for no reason. Then put a stopwatch on them. He's like, there's your TARDIS. They try to make it seem like William Hartnell, David Bradley playing William Hartnell, is kind of a joke, and kind of a jerk, bugger. But he mentions how he wants to have this TARDIS set so that he knows what the buttons and switches are for. And at first it kind of sounds like he's just rushing and wanting to make a big deal out of nothing. But then he says a line that's saying, the children will spot it, you see. And then that kind of changes my entire outlook on what he was saying, because that's true. Children are known to examine TV shows and say that's not right. That's what I do sometimes.
This guy always say papa papa. Yeah, I agree with you, bud.
There's this brief subplot, well, not a subplot, but it's just a little brief thing where like the kid comes in as a caveman and he's like, I can't do this, and then it's like, why can't he do it? And then it's like, well, he can't have his teeth blackened to be a caveman because he got them whitened to be on the telly. And then someone else is just like, I'll blacken my teeth, and then later they're drying it out, and then like everything goes to crap. Like it's the scene when, like I mentioned in the Hartnell use, when the door is constantly opening and William Hartnell, David Bradley playing William Hartnell, throws a scarf at the chair and that falls off, and then everyone's fumbling a line, and then like everything goes out and the sprinklers come in. The entire cut was abandoned, and the caveman comes out of nowhere and is like, oh, am I on yet? I've done my teeth. Like, what? All we see is your shadow in the first episode. In fact, the guy even mentions it. Like, doesn't even matter what color his teeth is. All we see is his bloody shadow for the first episode. Yeah, I give props to whoever's playing Ian, while playing William Russell playing Ian. But, like, he's just doing such a good job of playing Ian. He's just, but it was just a box. And when the doctor's like dying to him in the junkyard, he's just like staring at him like this. I think they did a better job of playing Ian than William Russell did playing Ian in the actual episode. The scene when the woman playing Verity Lambert, the producer, says, brave heart, we're just saying that is common in the Fifth Doctor era. Get to that much later. There's a scene when he's looking over the script for the Daleks, and at first, like, it's showing, like, a whole bunch of stuff. I thought it was, like, the Daleks' eye stalk, and he's saying, like, exterminate, exterminate, and then, which the Daleks never said, but in the original, like, in the first line that they appeared, and then it just shows, like a gun, but I thought it was the Daleks, but it turns out, no, this is I actually forgot to mention, it was November 23rd, 1963 when the first episode transmission, and that was a day after, like, the President of the United States got assassinated. Also, the Beatles released their second album on November 22nd, but, yeah, so not very many people were watching this show when it first aired because of that. The president got murdered, I think. There's a scene when the boss's boss, I don't know, every boss has a boss nowadays. And back then, I guess, because this was in 1963. It was a long time ago when this was made too, 2013. That was based on 1963. What? But there's a scene when the boss's boss is saying, like, this show sucks. You've got to kill it. When I first watched it, I thought that this is why they had missing episodes. No, it's just, you know, it's another classic, you know, this show's doomed to fail. Oh, look at him though. He's just starting to get all happy and stuff. After the boss, like, not the boss's boss, but the regular boss, and he's pretending that's his idea that he wants to kill the show, and he's calling Daleks Daleks like CinemaSins did in like a Batman movie. But and then eventually he reveals that he either knew it the whole time or he learned by the end of the scene. But like Verity's saying, like, it's because they were all focused on the president dying, and it's like, oh, this is the president's fault. No, it's not the president's fault. It's the person who killed the president's fault.
At least they got the colors right.
They were filming the Daleks scene. They're standing in front of the Daleks, right? And in the actual episode, Ian runs this way to try and dodge the Daleks' attack, which makes sense. But when they're filming it in this documentary thing, Ian just tries to run right through them. That's the direction that they want him to go anyway. He's just running through it. How is that gonna help?
And then there's this woman calling for attention.
Oh my god, it's Susan! That's Susan. Yeah, it's just a cameo appearance, but it's nice to see her again. Cameo means when it's just, you know, a brief appearance, or just using footage from other stuff, but like, you know, like not an actual huge appearance in the show, but when you have a significant mark, like if you're a famous actor and you just, like, appear briefly, like Stan Lee does in many superhero movies made by Marvel.
Oh, the boss, well, not the boss's boss, but the regular boss is the head of drama, whatever that is, the boss of drama. I told you what's a boss. The Daleks, of course, they got a lot of views on that one, but I can't tell, is that episode 1 or episode 2 they got a lot of views? Because, like, you know, like, episode 1, like, didn't even have the Daleks in it, just a plunger at the end. And they do this nice little thing where they go up a year every time the year changes. And now it's all nice, happy music because their show's a success because of one successful episode. Well, I guess that's all that takes sometimes. Sometimes it just takes one successful episode to branch off a successful series. That's cute, even though the Daleks were red. But I guess she might have tried. Maybe she couldn't find a blue or gray one. Oh, sorry, what's happening here? It looks like there's a dark thing going to the right. Did you see that? Was it like switching scenes or something? Future me, just play it back.
There's a scene where a kid comes by and asks for his autograph, and then there's a whole crowd of kids, and William Hartnell, Dave Bradley's played by William Hartnell, is just marching them down the street, and he's like, exterminate. I find it weird how they make it seem like the Daleks' catchphrase was still exterminate, even though they don't say it all the time at the beginning. Maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe it was since the beginning. Oh, but the father's like in the, or the teacher, I don't know, but he's in the background watching the kid ask for the autograph. Imagine what it would have been like if it turned out that he wasn't actually William Hartnell. That would have just been kind of embarrassing.
Where do you sad bloody this time, huh?
There is a little bit of build up and payoff to when Verity's leaving, but like people like Susan just has like one scene with a little bit of lines when she's leaving. I guess maybe that's all they could put. They needed to put this all into a 1.5 hour long movie. And Barbara and Ian, they're just like all the time in like the first little bit when the show starts. Well, not like the first little bit because that's when they're making the show. But once they start appearing, they're in almost all the scenes, and then they start to appear less and less. Then like it's been a while since you've seen one, and as he's saying goodbye to Verity, you just see them in one more scene, and they're just talking, and then you never see them again. And like the people playing Stephen and Dodo and Vicky, they're just literally in one scene, holding up their drink, smiling for the camera, and then bleh.
I'm not quite sure how they did this effect though when they're saying goodbye to Susan and they just make the TARDIS disappear. I mean, yeah, they can do it when editing, but how can they do that when filming? I don't know, maybe I don't know something.
So they've said goodbye to the first companion, and we're almost an hour into the show and less than 25 minutes left.
So in 1965, I see. Why does Verity have a role? She's not even a companion. I mean, I guess she's a producer and she's special and stuff, but what about the directors and writers? I don't know, I guess there's a writer for each story. Sometimes they come back, but they're not, like, continuously. But, like, what about the other producers that came after Verity?
Right, while they're singing about Verity leaving, there's a brilliant scene when William Hartnell, dude, Bradley Cooper, is getting sick, and he's like vomiting in the sink, and then he looks up at the mirror, and then he echoes the Daleks' word from their story, being like, "He is getting delirious, I do not understand his words." That just fits so brilliantly with the scene. You really gotta watch this. When Verity leaves the set, like, which is kind of, like, because that's the last that we see of her in the entire documentary, so it's kind of like her exiting the show, but then as she leaves to go back to the party, someone's like, "There she is," or at least that's what it says in the subtitles. I don't hear that at all. They're filming the scene from the massacre at St. Bartholomew's Eve, the scene when the doctor's by himself and Steven supposedly left. He's coming back in a few seconds, but just, I'm realizing now that this scene is like, William Hartnell is the only one left. Like, the director left, the producer left, I think the head of drama left too, I'm not really sure. But like, he's the only one left working in the studio, and like, he's the only one who knows how the TARDIS works, and the director's like, the new director's telling him like, you press that button, he's like, no, that button does this, and like, and then like the doctor, well, William Hartnell, well, David Bradley playing William Hartnell, playing the doctor, is the only one who knows how the TARDIS works, and he's like talking to the director like, that is if you last on my show, like, Jesus, not like you're the boss now, bud. Like, when he realizes that he has to go, that he can't keep playing this role anymore, he's not like fit, and like, he's like looking at the camera, and the camera like has a slight reflection, and he's like noticing how old he's getting, and he's crying in the sink, and he's saying that I don't want to go, yeah.
And now it's 1966, the last year that he was in the show. I'm sorry, I have to ask, what is wrong with the light bulbs and the camera here? Why do they keep doing that? I know this is supposed to be a heartbreaking scene, and it is, and they're like asking for his approval, like they need his approval, whether Patrick Troughton should take on his role, but I'm sorry, that looks
nothing like Patrick Troughton right there, I'm sorry.
Sorry, they have to leave her that, and then it looks nothing like Patrick Troughton. Okay, never mind, I won't make that joke. Oh, he looks so tired.
But see, that was nothing like Patrick Troughton.
He just looks like, look at this, and David Bradley knows what he's talking about. That doesn't look like Patrick Troughton. He's like, they got this guy to play Patrick Troughton.
The scene where his granddaughter is like, my grandfather's the doctor, you can do anything. You can regenerate. She didn't say that last part.
Don't ask me who this guy is. He just kind of appears in the studio out of nowhere for a couple seconds and then just goes away.
There's a scene when a police officer, a really nice police officer, is just like, you gotta get out of here, you can't be here. And then he's just like, oh my god, you're the doctor. And then he's like waving, and he doesn't understand how upset he is that he's leaving the show. And then you never see his face, you just kind of see it, and then he just throws his hand down. It's not quite clear, like, if he's upset that he didn't really give him much attention, or if he's just happy that he saw him. I hope that he was happy. I hope that he's happy. And just the final scene of him looking at the camera, smiling, reminding us that the show was indeed far from being all over, is just amazing. Then we got this final scene.
The top of the TARDIS console moving.
And then a little bit of biography of what happened to the people who worked on the show after their work on the show. Yeah, they did a pretty good job at finding people who looked like the actual people, didn't they? Wouldn't you agree? Would I recommend this? Absolutely. Even if you're not a fan of the classic series, you gotta watch this. Just understand what's going on. Maybe you won't like it, I don't know. But it's great. This, you know, I feel like it has a lot more power if you watch this at the end of watching the first Doctor's era rather than just now or after a 50th anniversary special or before. But you know,
you know, it is really amazing. I gotta wrap this up though, because this video is long as frick. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, sign out, really enjoyed it. If you didn't like, please leave a dislike, sign out, really did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below if you liked it. Tell me why, because it feels awesome and get some motivation and encouragement. If you didn't like it, please leave a comment down below saying why you didn't like it, so that I can improve for next time. Otherwise, won't be able to improve in this game. If you dislike it, for a like. Subscribe so that you know when my next video comes out.
Enough with a silly old buffer like me.
Thanks again so much for watching.
One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back.
And as always,
Until then,
I will
there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties.
see you
Just go forward in all your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine.
next time.
Smudgy, I have to get up now. Sorry, bud. Yes, hi there, Smudgy.